see the humanitarian landscape changing. We are experiencing in real time the huge challenges of humanitarian access. And I think sometimes we have not been ambitious enough of the potential of working together.
The needs are not diminishing, and therefore I really believe that it's partnerships for meeting needs. That's why it's so important.
We need to find the right people, the right competencies, to be able to do that fast, but also with a lot of consistency. And that's what makes the Red Cross, Red Crescent so powerful, and what makes also partnership so strong.
The moment Red Cross is not there, the question is, where is the Red Cross? Why are we not there?
الشغل بالصليب الأحمر يعني تكون متطوع بالصليب الأحمر هي رسالة إنسانية، وحيلا شغلة بتعملها أنت ما بتنطر مقابلها شيء يطلع لك لو كان مادي، بس القصص المعنوية هي بتقدر تغطي على الموضوع. بدي أعذبك راس مالك كمان؟ بحيلا نزاع مسلح، بحيلا مشاكل موجودة، الصليب الأحمر اللبناني موجود، وصليب موجود كموارد بشرية، والصليب الأحمر الدولي موجود كموارد أكبر بكتير ليكملوا بعضهم ويوصل للهدف الأساسي اللي هو خدمة الإنسان. بالأول كنا نساعد السوريين، كانوا يحكوا كتير، يعني كانت الناس ترجع تقول ليش الصليب الأحمر عم بيساعد السوريين. بعد ما اكتشفوا إنه نحن بنساعد السوريين واللبنانية مثل بعضهم واثنين أكثر من بعضهم، تغيرت هالنظرة كلها سوا.
The Lebanese Red Cross, like every national society in the world, wants to be accepted today by all communities. So tomorrow, when there is a need to respond, everybody knows who you are. So when they get out into the field, they are ready to provide neutral, independent services. And for that, the emblem has not been put into question because it's the service that's there.
Un volontaire à la Croix-Rouge, on essaie de lui donner la fierté de ne pas appartenir à un parti politique.
That we have principles that no one else has. We should be proud of these principles. They're as relevant today as they were 150 years ago.
Neutrality doesn't mean you sit on the fence doing nothing. We always take the side of the victims.
العمل عم يكبر كثير، ومع هذا بالاضافه لهذا الموضوع لازم يكبر الكادر، فاذا كبر الكادر وما كان في عنده الخبره المناسبه فمعناتها نحن حياه اشخاص عم تعرض للخطر، وحياه اشخاص تعرض للخطر هو شيء غير مقبول لا بالنسبه للجنه الدوليه ولا بالنسبه للهلال الاحمر.
Puisque les gens sont habitués à la Croix-Rouge, à travailler avec la Croix-Rouge, le CICR aussi est accepté, parce que les gens ne font pas la distinction.
And when National Society or ICRC create some problems in the field, the impact will be very negative and we will lose our reputation.
We would like to proudly talk about our strong 189 national societies. We know that in reality not all of them are strong, and accountability and transparency and anti-corruption work is a prominent feature of the discussions on the agenda.
Los problemas que ellos día a día tienen aquí en la comuna y en el entorno, drogadicción, violencia, conflicto armado, pobreza. ¿Cuáles son las ventajas de trabajar con el CICR? que llega a estas comunas, que llega hasta partes donde ni la policía llega, entonces nosotros podemos intervenir, podemos entrar fácilmente, pues hablando con todas las personas que prohíben las barreras invisibles, podemos llegar hasta aquí, justamente para trabajar con estos niños y sacarlos de ese entorno.
Working together protects us, our volunteers, and the people that we're trying to help.
Nous sommes toujours là parce que nous devons alléger la souffrance de la communauté. C'est pour cela que nous allons continuer en tant que volontaires à faire nos sensibilisations pour qu'un jour, toute la communauté puisse être au courant le viol c'est quoi. Et la femme puisse avoir un jour sa place d'être femme.
The National Society volunteers, they are from the same culture. They can respond and they can understand things maybe in a way that we would not.
Karibu mama, karibu sana. Karibu kwetu kabisa, pole na njia.
And can receive the people in a dignified way in their own cultures. So I think that this is a very good example of proximity supported by the ICRC.
Ujisikie huru.
So I was there basically when the tsunami hit. I was stationed there and I had to deal with the immediate aftermath. I think this was something quite amazing to see people accepting the fate, nevertheless, and trying to help those who needed help. The best example, most likely, is the PMI, the Indonesian Red Cross. I mean, they did everything they could possibly do to help their own people. Without them, I think it would never have been possible to do as much as we were able to put in place.
We are a big organization, but we cannot do it alone. That's very clear. And we absolutely need to find the right partnership to increase the impact of our response.
L'avantage d'avoir travaillé ensemble pendant si longtemps avec le CICR, c'est que maintenant, aujourd'hui, les gens se connaissent. Les gens sont habitués l'un à l'autre. Et quand il y a une crise, nous sommes plus réactifs ensemble.
The personal issue is very important, the personal relation, but you need to have a clear standard operating procedures to formulate everything in practice. How we can work together to complement each other in operations, especially in operations. We can sit, we can discuss in the meetings, it's nice. But in the field, let's see how we can manage. The trust wasn't clear. The partnership wasn't easy. And this is why we decided, after building our capacity and supported by ICRC directly and indirectly, we realized that we need to complement each other.
Sometimes we work independently, but we inform each other of what we're doing. We may not completely agree, but we respect what each other does.
This terminology about using each other, does the ICRC use national societies for our objectives? My answer to that question is, I hope so. And I hope that national societies use the ICRC in their operations. I think that it's only when we are openly and transparently using each other that we can really take the best out of the movement.
I have asked partners in South Sudan at a recent partnership meeting, what are you doing to invest into the South Sudan Red Cross? It is very clear that there are competent South Sudanese. So, I think we really have options there, choices to make in terms of investing into our own staff or investing into the capacity of the host national society.
Sans le CICR, la Croix-Rouge libanaise n'aurait pas été capable d'accomplir ce qui a été fait jusqu'à maintenant, c'est-à-dire de reconstruire pratiquement le département d'ambulance, d'augmenter l'efficacité, d'augmenter l'accès des gens au service des ambulances.
I think we are very innovative in the way we adapt our response to the people in the field. We have to because we're close to people.
خميس عطلة أبو سليم. خميس تفضل. British Red Cross, we've really tried to prioritise an expertise in cash-based responses. In the ICRC, it falls under that sort of ECOSEC, economic security area of work, of which the ICRC has been able to draw down on to deliver some really significant cash-based response or livelihood support for people affected by crisis.
I think it's much more flexible than just giving them, for example, any kind of assistance that they might not perceive as good for them. So it's more about giving them a choice.
We as humanitarians, we will have to continue to respond to very, very acute emergency. And the only way to be able to do that is to have strong partnership, which allow a National Red Cross, a Red Crescent, and an ICRC to really be able to answer with all these different competencies and to be prepared for the worst. And we have to be prepared for the worst.
It's quite easy that the donors will find other humanitarian actors to do business with. And we're either in this business professionally or we are not.